Hi, we're Nick and Julie traveling full-time in our truck camper. We had the opportunity to spend 3 months in San Antonio. We went from knowing nothing about the city to exploring quite a bit of it. We thought it'd be fun to share 10 free things you can do in San Antonio. If you love history, the best place or places to see in San Antonio are its 5 missions. In the 1700s, when Texas was under Spanish rule, Spanish priests established 5 Catholic missions in the San Antonio area to convert the local native population to Catholicism and integrate them into Spanish life. All 5 are still standing today, one of which is Mission San Antonio de Valero, or more famously known as the Alamo, where the Battle of the Alamo took place in 1836 during the Texas Revolution between Texas Revolutionary Forces and the Mexican Army. Starting with the Alamo, as you go south, next you'll see Mission Concepcion, then Mission San Jose, then Mission San Juan, and finally Mission Espada. These missions were designated UNESCO World Heritage Sites in 2015.
It looks pretty massive outside, but inside's a little bit smaller. But it's because of the thickness of the walls. They're like 3 feet probably. Yeah, it's definitely like 3 feet thick. Oh, wow.
By Mission Espada, you can see the Espada Aqueduct, built in the 1740s and is the oldest Spanish aqueduct in the United States that still carries water to Mission Espada today.
This is the Espada Aqueduct. It's the only structure of its kind in the United States here in San Antonio. Looks like they recently did some restoration work.
We visited all 5 missions and the aqueduct. The most touristy was of course the Alamo. The most intact and our favorite was Mission San Juan. At Mission Concepcion, each year on August 15th at 6:30 p.m., sunlight passes through 2 windows in the western wall, illuminating the face of Mary on the painting, and at the same time a second ray of light illuminates the sanctuary floor at its center below the dome. San Antonio has an impressive amount of trail system for hiking and biking. The missions are all connected by the Mission Trail, so you could visit all of them by bike if you'd like. Besides that, San Antonio has approximately 82 miles of trails open from sunrise to sunset called the Greenway. The Greenway trails wind along many of San Antonio's waterways like Salado Creek and Leon Creek. The Greenway trails also connect dozens of local parks.
San Antonio has a lot of public parks that are free to visit. There's a lot of greenways that follow creeks, whether they're dry or not. So there's a lot of biking paths, walking trails, all over San Antonio. Currently we are at Brackenridge Park. It's like 300 acres. It's right by the zoo and that Japanese tea garden. It's just a nice place to walk around. Right here behind me is the San Antonio River. This is still Brackenridge Park. I love this area with the cypress trees. They're so old and beautiful. Kind of like an island with a bridge. There's ducks swimming.
My favorite part about San Antonio is its Riverwalk. I didn't know about this when we explored downtown, so you can imagine how amazed I was when we came upon the Riverwalk. What is the Riverwalk? It is a 15-mile long series of walkways that run along the San Antonio River, which runs through downtown, with shopping, dining, and other attractions along the way. It is 1 level below street level, so it kind of has its own underground world feel to it. There are access points from street level down to the Riverwalk level. After a 1921 flood that killed 50 people, plans to control the water level and make it an attraction were agreed upon, which is today's Riverwalk. Construction began in 1939, and over time it was expanded to the 15 miles of today. While the entire Riverwalk is 15 miles, the 5 miles that are in downtown San Antonio are the best. It is also a public park, so it is free to explore the paths along the river by foot. You can take a ride on a river barge for a guided tour at $12 per person. So many shopping and dining options along the way. It's such a beautiful attraction and kind of reminded us of Venice, but of course with its own Texan-Mexican flair. Probably the best time to walk the Riverwalk is from the day after Thanksgiving through the first weekend in January when the Riverwalk holiday lights are on. Next on the list is Hemisphere Park. This park is where the Tower of the Americas is. It's that tower that you see in the San Antonio skyline. The tower is not free, but the park surrounding it is.
We are at Hemisphere. You can see the Tower of the Americas right behind me. The whole area around the tower hosted the World Fair in 1968. and since then there was no use for it. And then I think in 2015 they opened the Yanaguana Park, and it's a really nice park for kids. There's a really nice playground, splash pad, little sand area to play with. And this year in 2023 they're working on 2 more parks, Civic Park and Tower Parks. There's going to be even more things to do here after 2023. But yeah, it's definitely a nice area to walk around.
It's beautiful in the evening too when it's all lit up. Market Square is the largest Mexican market in the United States, located right here in downtown San Antonio. It's a 3-block outdoor plaza lined with shops and restaurants. We spent an afternoon looking through all the shops and then eating lunch at La Tierra.
We bought one of these blankets at the historic Market Square here in San Antonio. It's still breathable, but it still keeps you warm, so it's pretty nice. And we got it for 10 bucks.
Speaking of riverwalks and new developments, San Antonio is developing its San Pedro Creek. Welcome to the new San Pedro Creek Culture Park. Phase 1 of the project was completed October 2022. Phase 2, 3, and 4 are under construction at the moment. From the part that is already completed, this park will be awesome. The park will focus on the culture, history, art, and nature of San Pedro Creek. A lovely free stop in San Antonio right by the zoo and Brackenridge Park is the Japanese Tea Garden. The garden was constructed in an abandoned rock quarry between 1917 through 1918. You can see a waterfall, a pagoda, koi fish in the water, and when we were there we got to see cute little baby ducks. Definitely stop by to see this garden. Bring a picnic to Denman Estate Park to see a hand-built Korean monument. If not picnicking, 30 minutes is all you need here to see the monument and walk the short trail. A quick but worthwhile stop to see this beautiful, colorful building. Normally, admission is $20 per adult to the McNay Art Museum, but you can get in for free on Thursdays from 4 to 9 p.m. and the first Sunday of every month from noon to 5 p.m. You can view American and European art from medieval to contemporary in a 1929 mansion. Not only is the art an attraction, but the house and grounds are beautiful too.
Today we're going to be visiting the Fort Sam Houston Quadrangle and Museum. If you're not military, don't even bother going there first. You have to first go to the visitor center and get a pass to be able to enter that because it's a military complex. So first go to the visitor center if you're going. They will need driver license, car insurance, and registration for you to be able to get a pass. And then after you get a pass, then you go to the museum.
After you go through the process of getting a visitor pass, you can drive to the quadrangle and enjoy the rest of the day there in Bliss among the peacocks, deer, geese, and koi inside the fort.
Had so much fun just watching the peacocks for 2 hours. They're so beautiful. Yeah, definitely worth a stop. It's free. You just have to get the pass if you don't have a military ID. There's the peacock behind me.
And that's a wrap on 10 free things to do in San Antonio. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to follow us on our travels. If you know of more free things to do that I did not mention, definitely share in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.